Hey guys, so quick video about something that's happened to me, and I don't know if it's exactly a result of having had the VSG surgery or I recently turned 50. It could be just old age symptoms coming in or um, other things, I'm not sure. But essentially, I made a video earlier. I don't know if you've seen it in my playlist about peripheral neuropathy. I have since gone to have nerve induction tests done, and they've all been negative, which means I don't have peripheral neuropathy. They noticed no remarkable evidence of nerve damage or anything like that. But essentially, what's happening on a semi-regular basis is my right foot feels colder than the rest of my body, and it feels almost perfectly like there's an ankle sock. So right up to my ankles, that whole foot feels cold, particularly my big toe on the outside of it feels really cold. I'll turn the video around and show you which part I'm talking about. So right on the edge, I don't know if you can tell, but the outside edge, right there, it looks weird. And the reason is because when I was young, I used to get a bunch of ingrown toenails there, and the doctor cut a portion of it off. He put liquid nitrogen into it and cut it, and it's been like that forever. And it'll get so cold on that tip that it feels like I could cut it off, and not even just cold, but numb. But that happens typically if I've been standing for a long period of time because I play in a band, and so I'll stand and play guitar and it'll numb out. But the whole foot itself feels extra cold, particularly if I'm sitting down for a long period or standing in that spot. Like I said, if I get up and walk around and do something that actually moves, then it starts to feel normal again. But what I've noticed is, and also from my past videos, I've always had this back and forth relationship with alcohol. I used to be a binge drinker. Probably shortly after surgery, the VSG surgery, I got into an alcoholic period, and all I did was drink all the time. And you've seen some of my videos of I quit alcohol for 30 days and why I'm quitting. And I have quit for periods of like 9 to 10 months at a time. And now I drink in very moderation. What would be an example is I used to carry like a pint of Fireball with me, and I would drink straight alcohol all the time. And I don't even touch really alcohol anymore. So what I would have now as a typical moderation drink would be a glass of wine with dinner, maybe two. Would have like, we call them, tall boys. So the 24-ounce cans of Michelob Ultra is kind of like a go-to for me. And recently, if I go out with friends and drink, if I go to watch a band or something like that, I'll look for the lowest content ABVs they have, which are like Bud Select 55s or Michelob 64s. And that way I can have, 4 of those, or maybe even 6, and they're not too much alcohol. But I will notice that on the nights that I do that is the next day is when I typically will see a little more of a flare of it's colder more often, more frequent than the other times. So alcohol definitely puts a disconnect in my nerves. I don't know exactly what it is, if it's a nerve thing or if it's I even considered peripheral artery disease, and I talked to my primary care doctor, and he said that he's touched my foot and felt around and did all this stuff and said I don't have any of the obvious symptoms he sees when people have PAD, peripheral artery disease. And so I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's related to a vitamin or mineral deficiency. I have a full screen of those done on a regular basis. I had recently joined a program called Inside Tracker, and there's a website you can Google, Inside Tracker. I have the app, and I submitted a bunch of blood work, and they did find some irregularities, which I'm not going to go into direct detail here because it's long and involved, but it gives you suggestions on that based on your blood results of what you should increase, decrease, things you should consider eating on a daily basis or omitting. And I like the site a lot, Inside Tracker. David Sinclair is one of the anti-aging experts in the world, and He's got some suggestions that go along with that. I think he's on the board with Inside Tracker as well. And I think that it's helping. I do feel better. I'm losing weight. You know, us VSG patients will always did have a problem with weight loss and weight gain. And weight's always been an issue. I've been fighting it since I was 14 years old. And I am down in weight right now. So my heaviest weight was about 330. And my lowest weight was 209. I never got below 209, but I'm currently at 220. I had a regain of up to 240, so I'm coming down. The weight's awesome. I'm not really too worried about that. I've gotten back into exercising a little bit and weight resistance training a little bit, and that definitely helps. But the diet, I think, is the most crucial part for that, for anybody, all the time. If you get your diet under control, your weight will get under control. And the exercise is just a benefit too, because you need it, you know, to do all the stuff that's good for your body. But anyways, if you guys have experienced any, like just one foot gets cold, because it's almost never the left one. The left one, they'll do it occasionally, but so inconsistent that I don't even mention it. But the right one's pretty on and off all the time. It's not super bad. Like, it doesn't make me feel like it's going to fall off or something ridiculous. I still have tons of feeling in all parts of it. The guy that did the nerve test, you know, he did the little pricks all around. I felt all of it. He said, does this feel cold? And it did. Do you feel vibration? I did. So if I have anything like that, it's ultra, ultra minor. But I just don't know what it is. And I'd never experienced it until this point in my life. And like I said, I've had the surgery, which will affect nutritional deficiencies. I've had, I'm 50, so old man syndrome. And very light. I wouldn't think that a can or 2 cans of beer, or let's just say even 4, like on my most nights, and this is irregular. Like, if I do drink, it's typically on the weekends only, or if I go to a dinner. So it's definitely not daily, and I used to drink daily, and I don't do that at all. So I don't know what it is, but if you guys have any suggestions or thoughts, let me know down below. Like, share, subscribe. See you later.